What if I told you that Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, was more than just a queen of beauty and seduction? What if her life, meticulously chronicled and distorted over millennia, held secrets about power, strategy, and identity that still resonate today? Cleopatra's story has been molded by victors, tarnished by rivals, and glamorized by cinema. But who was she, really? A master strategist? A victim of propaganda? Or a woman who defied every limitation imposed on her? In this journey, we'll dive beyond the golden tiaras and jeweled robes. Together, we'll uncover the layers of Cleopatra's life, from her Ptolemaic lineage to her legendary alliances and her mysterious death. And by the end, you might find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew about one of history's most fascinating figures. So sit back, stay curious, and prepare to unravel the enigma of Cleopatra. But beware, this story may leave you with more questions than answers. To truly understand Cleopatra, we must first explore her origins. Born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, she was a product of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a lineage of Macedonian Greeks who ruled Egypt after Alexander the Great's conquest. The Ptolemies were no strangers to intrigue. Their reign was marked by opulence, cunning, and a relentless focus on preserving power, often through controversial means like sibling marriages. Cleopatra herself was the daughter of Ptolemy the Swouth, known as Auletes, or the flute player. Her mother's identity is less clear, shrouded in mystery, which is fitting for someone whose very essence remains elusive. But what made Cleopatra unique wasn't just her royal blood. Unlike her predecessors, she embraced the culture of her people. Cleopatra was the first Ptolemaic ruler to speak Egyptian fluently, in addition to Greek and reportedly 7 other languages. Imagine the political advantage this gave her. The ability to address her subjects not as a foreign overlord but as one of their own. Her education was nothing short of extraordinary. Tutored by the finest minds in philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, and rhetoric, Cleopatra was molded into a ruler who could outwit her adversaries and charm her allies. In the great halls of Alexandria's legendary library, she likely absorbed knowledge that would later define her reign. Cleopatra wasn't just preparing to inherit a throne. She was preparing to command an empire. And yet, even as she studied, Cleopatra must have known the stakes. In Ptolemaic Egypt, power was a double-edged sword, and survival often required eliminating those closest to you. Her upbringing wasn't just privileged, it was a crucible, forging a queen ready to defy empires. At the age of 18, Cleopatra ascended to the throne, co-ruling with her 10-year-old brother, Ptolemy XIII. But this wasn't a story of harmonious governance. Within months, tensions between them escalated into outright conflict. Cleopatra's ambitions and intellect made her a formidable opponent, but in a male-dominated world, they also made her a target. Exiled from Egypt after a coup orchestrated by Ptolemy's advisors, Cleopatra fled to Syria. But exile didn't weaken her resolve. Instead, it sharpened her strategy. She amassed an army and prepared for a return that would cement her place in history. Enter Julius Caesar. In 48 BCE, as Caesar pursued his rival Pompey to Egypt, Cleopatra saw an opportunity. What happened next is the stuff of legend. Cleopatra, unable to enter Alexandria openly, allegedly smuggled herself into Caesar's quarters, wrapped in a carpet. This audacious act not only demonstrated her boldness, but also set the stage for a pivotal alliance. Caesar, impressed by her wit and determination, helped restore her to power. Together they defeated Ptolemy XIII, and Cleopatra began her sole reign as pharaoh. But this wasn't just a political victory. Cleopatra and Caesar's partnership extended beyond the battlefield, resulting in the birth of a son, Caesarion. While Caesar never officially acknowledged him, Cleopatra's ambitions for her son were clear. She saw him as the bridge between Egypt and Rome. Cleopatra's ability to turn personal relationships into political advantages is legendary. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, she faced a new challenge, consolidating her power in a world now dominated by Caesar's successors, Mark Antony and Octavian. Cleopatra's meeting with Antony in Tarsus is one of history's most theatrical moments. Understanding Antony's self-image as a new Dionysus, she sailed to meet him on a gilded barge adorned with purple sails and incense. She herself appeared dressed as Aphrodite, surrounded by attendants playing the roles of Cupid. This calculated display wasn't just about seduction, it was a statement of power, wealth, and divine authority. Their alliance was both romantic and strategic. Together, they envisioned a new empire, uniting the East and West. They had 3 children, and Antony declared Cleopatra's son Caesarion the legitimate heir of Julius Caesar. But their ambitions put them on a collision course with Octavian, Rome's future emperor. The showdown came in 31 BCE at the Battle of Actium, a naval confrontation that would decide the fate of the ancient world. Antony and Cleopatra's forces were decisively defeated by Octavian, forcing them to retreat to Egypt. As Octavian's army approached, the lovers made a desperate final stand. Here, the story takes a tragic turn. Antony, misled by false reports of Cleopatra's death, fell on his sword, Cleopatra, devastated and cornered, faced a grim choice: humiliation as Octavian's prisoner or death on her terms. According to popular accounts, she chose the latter, possibly using an asp to deliver the fatal bite. But modern historians question this narrative, suggesting she may have used poison instead. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of Roman rule in Egypt. Yet, her story didn't end there. Roman historians, eager to justify their conquest, painted her as a manipulative temptress. This image, perpetuated by centuries of art and literature, obscured her true legacy as a shrewd and capable leader. But Cleopatra's influence endures. She remains a symbol of resilience, intelligence, and ambition. Her ability to navigate a tumultuous world dominated by men speaks to a timeless struggle for agency and respect. And while her tomb remains undiscovered, her story continues to captivate and inspire. Cleopatra's story might have been written thousands of years ago, but archaeologists and historians are still uncovering pieces of the puzzle. Recent advancements in underwater archaeology have focused on the ruins of ancient Alexandria, much of which now lies beneath the Mediterranean Sea, due to earthquakes and rising sea levels. Could Cleopatra's tomb be hidden there, waiting to be discovered? In 2022, a team of researchers led by Dr. Kathleen Martinez made headlines with excavations near Taposiris Magna, a temple west of Alexandria. Martinez's theory posits that Cleopatra, ever the strategist, may have chosen this site to align her burial with the goddess Isis, further cementing her divine legacy. Artifacts uncovered at the site, including coins bearing Cleopatra's likeness and inscriptions referencing Isis, have fueled speculation that the elusive tomb may be nearby. But here's a twist. Some scholars argue that Cleopatra's tomb might have been deliberately hidden or destroyed to erase her memory, a common practice in ancient Rome. What do you think? Could Cleopatra's burial site still exist, or was it wiped out to silence her legacy? Let us know your theory in the comments. Cleopatra's influence isn't confined to Egypt. Stories of powerful queens and strategic rulers echo across civilizations. Consider the Indian queen, Rani Lakshmibai, a revolutionary leader who defied British colonizers in the 19th century, or the Chinese Empress Wu Zetian, who rose from concubinage to become the only woman to rule China in her own name. These women, like Cleopatra, rewrote the rules of power in their societies. Even more intriguing is how Cleopatra's story resonates in mythologies worldwide. For example, the Hawaiian goddess Pele, known for her fiery personality and volcanic origins, shares thematic ties to Cleopatra's portrayal as both a creator and destroyer. Could these parallels suggest a shared archetype of the powerful, misunderstood woman? Or are they simply a testament to humanity's fascination with strength wrapped in mystery? Now let's venture into a more imaginative realm. Cleopatra's Alexandria was a hub of innovation, home to the Great Library and the Lighthouse of Alexandria, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. But what if Cleopatra's city wasn't just a marvel of its time, but a prototype for futuristic metropolises? Imagine a city where knowledge and culture are central to governance, a modern Alexandria powered by renewable energy and designed for sustainability. Scholars speculate that ancient cities like Alexandria could inspire smart city concepts, where technology integrates with cultural preservation. Could Cleopatra's emphasis on bridging cultures and embracing knowledge inform our vision for global cities of the future? Share your thoughts below. Could Alexandria's spirit live on in the next great urban innovation? From Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra to Netflix's recent documentaries, Cleopatra's image has been reimagined countless times. But did you know that Cleopatra has also left her mark on gaming and science fiction? In the Assassin's Creed series, Cleopatra is portrayed as a cunning yet vulnerable leader, providing players a glimpse into the politics and intrigue of her era. In cinema, debates about Cleopatra's casting have sparked broader conversations about representation. Was Gal Gadot's casting as Cleopatra in an upcoming film appropriate, given the Queen's mixed heritage? Or should the role reflect the Afrocentric interpretations that emphasize Cleopatra's symbolic importance to African history? These debates underscore Cleopatra's enduring relevance in discussions of identity and history. And here's a question for you. How do you feel about historical figures being reimagined in games and movies? Do these portrayals bring us closer to their truth, or do they risk distorting history further? Comment with your take. You might be wondering, was Cleopatra truly as influential as history portrays her, or is she simply a figure of fascination inflated by centuries of storytelling? Skeptics often point out that many records of her life come from Roman historians, her enemies, who had every reason to vilify her. But even through their biased lens, Cleopatra's intellect, charisma, and ability to command loyalty shine through. Another common question is, how much of Cleopatra's legend is myth versus reality? Coins and busts depicting her suggest a woman of ordinary appearance, challenging the cinematic image of unparalleled beauty. Yet, contemporary accounts focus on her wit and charm rather than her looks. Could this discrepancy indicate that Cleopatra's true power lay not in her beauty, but in her ability to captivate and persuade? Let's not forget the enigma of her death. Was it truly suicide by asp, or could it have been a calculated murder orchestrated by Octavian to eliminate a rival? The debate rages on, leaving room for new theories to emerge. As we close this exploration of Cleopatra's life, let's reflect on her unparalleled ability to shape narratives, both her own and those imposed upon her. Cleopatra's story is as much about history as it is about the human need to interpret and reinterpret the past. What lessons can we draw from her reign about resilience, adaptation, and the art of influence? If Cleopatra were alive today, navigating a world of instant communication and shifting power dynamics, how would she wield her intelligence and charisma? Would she be a world leader, a tech mogul, or an activist? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments, and let's keep Cleopatra's legacy alive. Cleopatra's life is a reminder that history is often written by the victors, but her story, rich with complexity and contradiction, challenges us to look deeper. What does her legacy say about power, perception, and the enduring allure of mystery? What do you think? Was Cleopatra a product of her time or a timeless icon who shaped it? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and share this video if her story has sparked your curiosity. The enigma of Cleopatra awaits your interpretation.